Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to another Monday Morning Art Talk. I'm Steven Silver, character designer and teacher, dedicated to helping you learn about the art industry and living up to your potential. Whippy! Alright, so today I'm going to talk to you guys about a topic that may be a little strange and a little weird and a little uncomfortable to talk about. And that topic is death. And it's about, do you think about death? Is death something you think about? Do you think about dying? And I'm not talking about suicidal thoughts. I'm just talking about the thought of dying. And it sounds obscure and it may sound crazy but it's something real. And what I got to say is I think about death every single day. There is not a day that I wake up in the morning that I don't think about death. And it is weird and it is strange, but I'm wondering how many of you guys out there think about death? How many of you guys think about dying? And again, not in a suicidal way, but in a way of just knowing that you could just die at any moment. And what it does for me, and what I realize that, it leads me to this journey, this path where through me thinking about death, I think about life even more. I think about what it is that I want to accomplish, what it is that I want to achieve, what it is that I want to do, and realize that how short life can be. And this is what the weird thing is. And again, I don't understand it, but I know that I got to embrace it and I can't neglect it. And sometimes I get these little shocks near my chest, in my heart, and trust me, I've gone to the hospital, I've gone to get checkups, I've done things because I go like, oh my God, man, it's just something wrong, doc, I'm taking stress tests and say, you're perfectly healthy, everything's fine. I go, why do I get these sort of things that happen in my chest, or why do I feel my heart? But not only that, it's just like, I think about death. And it's like, and then I was talking to this friend of mine who's an attorney, and I was telling him, I think about death all the time. He goes, oh my God, I think about death all the time too. And I'm like, geez, man, what's that all about? We start talking, but what I realize that it is, and this is going to sound crazy too. So here I am, I'm thinking about death all the time. I started watching this documentary, and I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of it, but it was with this guy, I can't remember his real name, but Ram Dass and something Leary, not the actor, but these guys were Harvard professors who one of them, the Ram Dass got fired back in the 60s from Harvard because they were doing all these drug experiments and giving students, LSD and all this other stuff. These guys were professors, but just in the beginning of the documentary, it sort of says, which was what I was always thinking about, there was this quote, and it was this one quote written that, that the thought of death and the reason for thinking of death is to truly have that appreciation, makes you appreciate life even more. And I go, oh my God, man, this is reading to me. This is like hitting me, because that's what it is. It makes me think about life more. That every day I think about, thank God I'm freaking alive, that I can get up and do something, and it forces me to try to do something, make sure that I'm not putting my goals and burying them to the side, that I'm not just taking these ideas that I want to be a part of something, I want to do something. I'm going through this phase myself right now of just like an evolution. I'm in this phase of evolving in my life, of these things that I want to do and these things I want to accomplish, and this change and this new phase, this new horizon, this new mountain that I'm sort of climbing along my journey in my life right now, that I kind of really, really want to make change, and I really, really want to help people, and I have for a long time, but this calling just keeps reaching out to me about doing things, and this is where it's just vitally important to, maybe you don't think about death all the time, but maybe it's something to truly think about, that you can tap into this life and go, I'm not going to keep pushing off my goals that I want to achieve in life. I'm not going to keep pushing off all these things that I keep feeling are just, I'm unhappy. Well, damn it, what makes me unhappy? What is that thing that just makes me feel unhappy? What's making me feel that something's not right? And I truly believe in going with your gut or you'll be in a rut. And that's what it is. You got to go with your gut. What is it? There is a driving force, but it's also a reminder to you every day that you're alive. And should I be in a situation in my life that is not ideal? Is there something that I can physically change? Or do I just need to bear with it and just deal with it and just say, that this is just it. This is life. This is how it is. I'm just going to let this be. Nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to get fixed. I'm just going to go along with it every day. Just deal with this monotony. Deal with this aggravation. Deal with this uncomfort. Why? Why would you want to wake up every day doing that? And again, I think thinking about death makes you realize how precious life is. And what are you going to do to start truly embracing and enjoying this journey that you have, that you're so fortunate to have, that you are here and that you have a purpose. And even though you don't know what your purpose may be right now, you just know that you have a purpose, and that purpose is to produce something. Everything on this planet produces something, has an effect for something else, from the birds to the bees to the trees. They all serve some sort of purpose, from a tree providing us oxygen, from a tree providing us fruit. Whatever it may be, there's this purpose. And again, we all know that anything takes a while to birth and to grow and to eventually blossom into something. It's not going to happen overnight. So we don't want those expectations that just because you decide today that you want to be something bigger and better than you are, it's not going to happen overnight. And that's where the awareness comes in. But just to mark it and say, damn it, man, I want to have my own production company. I want to have my own illustration company. I want to have my own book. I want to create my own ... What is it? What is it that you want to produce in life? What is it that you want to create in life? What is it that you want to just kind of make happen that you feel is unattainable and untouchable right now? Because it seems so far-fetched and it seems it's going to take such a long time. But I urge you, do not think about time. Do not think about how long something's going to take. And I'm going to say, I think I said it in a quote. I don't know who wrote the quote, but it was a friend of mine, an acquaintance of mine whose mom had just passed away. And he told me she had this saying on her desk that inch by inch, life is a cinch. Yard by yard, life is hard. And it comes down to those little baby steps, inch by inch, just one thing at a time. Don't try to go for the big gusto, the whole thing. Oh my God, I got to get this portfolio out, or I got to do this, and it's got to be all done right now, and it's going to be big and huge. I got to get my animation reel done. I got to get this project done, and I got to do it all right now, because yard by yard, when you think about the massive aspect of that, when you think about how grand that is, it is extremely hard. It's overwhelming. And you know what overwhelming does? Overwhelming stops you from even accomplishing or taking the first step, because it's so overwhelming. It's so unbearable, unreachable, untouchable, and you name it. You're just like, my God, this is way too big. It's like having that steak in front of you and could you imagine if you were served a nice, big, thick, juicy steak? And sorry for you vegetarians and vegans out there and everything else, but you got that big steak in front of you. Are you going to just eat that steak all in one go and gulp? What's going to happen to you? You're going to choke to death. Okay, you're going to die. And we don't want to die. Even though I think about death, I don't want to die. I want to be here and I want to live. And I want to have the best life possible. And I know you do too. But you know the reality of that. Your mom always told you, take small bites, take little bites. I remember with my kids cutting up the food into these little baby chunks. Didn't want my kids to choke. So we don't want to choke. So you take these little bits inch by inch, and you know what it does eventually? I'm still going to get through that steak, and I'm still going to be just as fulfilled. I'm going to get as full as I will if I take it all as a whole. So if we can just start thinking in terms of that, that's part of making things eventually happen in your life, and just inch by inch. You're going to start moving forward, but you got to start. And again, maybe taking on, maybe it's a real healthy thing to think about death. Why? Well, I'm sure maybe we can't read a tree's mind or an animal's mind, but maybe they think about death all the time. And maybe that's why they're trying to survive every day. Maybe a bee is aware of its own death, and a fly is aware of its own death. And all these animals and creatures and bacteria may be aware of their own death. And so maybe it's a natural thing. I don't know. I'm curious if you do. You can make a comment if you do. But again, not in a way that I want to die. I hate life. I'm so sick of everything. I feel like there's nothing worthy to live for. There is everything to live for on this planet, and especially when you can turn it into making a difference. And I can tell you, if you can start to learn to somehow affect people in some way, whatever it may be. I found my purpose through this platform. I found my purpose through teaching. And it was only through teaching and having that opportunity did I find my purpose. I didn't know my purpose till I started teaching. I wasn't aware of it. You don't know what your purpose is until you try something. And this is why you have to experiment and explore and try many things in life, because that's what's going to start to determine what your purpose is. You're going to start, because what happens is something ignites in you. And again, it's almost so unexplainable, I can't explain it to you. It's just like this, it's a fire, it's an energy, it's a thing that I can't explain. All I know is that it's real. And if you can just try to do something other than what you usually do, that's only when you'll discover, hey man, I really freaking enjoy that. I like doing that. And you'll see, and I don't know. I don't know that it is for everyone. I don't know that everyone wants to help everyone. I don't know that that's part of what everyone does. But I think even when you're doing your art can help people. Your art can really bring awareness. Your art, as you're working on something, you may be working on a side project that's giving instruction to people or helping people through a loss or some sort of experience, and you write a book about that, something you've experienced, something you went through with your family that, wow, look, maybe all these other people, maybe there's something that they need to hear too. And I just know the power of affecting people and making that sort of change. So this is, it's a crazy thought. It's something that I think of every single day of my life. It is weird, it is strange, but I feel though for it's a purpose. And one of those greater purposes for me is when I think about death every day, I truly feel that I'm being reminded. I am just being reminded by whatever spiritual thing you believe in, whatever spiritual source you believe in. I truly believe that it's always just telling me, hey, Stephen, just stop, keep going forward with the thing that you really want to do. Keep moving forward. Don't neglect that. Don't let these other things just get you sidetracked. Just keep moving forward with what you're supposed to do, what your purpose is. Okay, I gotta follow that. I gotta follow that. And that purpose for me is through education and helping people and encouraging people and doing something. I know that's my purpose in life. And it's for the reason that every Monday I don't do it on Mondays, but every time I do these videos, I stare into this little tiny screen and talk to whoever wants to listen out there. Whenever I do workshops, whenever I'm meeting people, whatever I can do to get into their mind a little bit to help them, because everyone's going through something. And I feel like I haven't been given the life, the blessed life. And I've had an amazing life, and I'm not shy about it. I'm not hiding it. It's like, I believe I've had an amazing life. I really have. I got to pursue something that I wanted to do in my life. I wanted to be an artist. I wanted to make a life and a living. I wanted to support my family. My son is almost 18. is almost out of the house. Oh my God, how did I do that? How did I do that? I'm just being an artist, and all you guys that are familiar, hadn't been following me, know how crazy and bad my art was when I started. I do not have a natural talent. I do not have a natural gift. It is something that I have had to work on extremely hard and keep developing, and still I'm trying to keep developing in my own way. There's certain things that I'm not led to. There's certain aspects in art that I don't fulfill and I don't pursue because I'm just not into it. And I realize that I'm not going to chase things that my heart and my gut is not into. I'm not going to learn things that I'm just not feeling are going to propel, not that they're not going to propel me or move me forward. I think every aspect of art would, but it's just like, I'm not feeling it. It's not a burning desire. And my burning desire is, I just want to help people somehow. And I'm still really, even though I teach and I talk, I still know there's something bigger. I truly believe there's something greater and bigger. And I'm so thankful for you guys that are following me along my journey, that have for all these years. And maybe you're seeing this growth of where I've come from myself. And as I keep doing these, to see where I end up going and see what ends up becoming part of my journey that you can witness as a part of my own surrender to life. That I've just sort of like let things go, and I'm just moving on this path to where maybe 10 years from now you go, I watched this guy who would talk about these things openly and discuss these, and look what he accomplished and look what he did. And again, I have art talks about success. And success to me isn't that big job that you have to claim that you're working at a studio, to claim that you're making this much money. That's not success to me. It's just this, it's almost this fake success. It's this outer success. It's not truly an inner success. And that the true inner success is joy. The true inner success is happiness. The true inner success is waking up feeling like I've accomplished something at the end of the day. Yesterday, man, I did something. When I go to bed at night, man, I'm fulfilled. I feel like I did something awesome. I was working on something and I helped someone. I benefited someone. I benefited myself. Again, don't whatever you want to call it, selfish, but you do something for yourself, too. Self, all right? Self-esteem, all right? Self-accomplishment. And thinking about these things, that it's okay to think about yourself, because you are your own individual. But think about those ideas, and I hope that they can reach you in a way. But again, I don't want you to live a life of depression. I don't want you to live a life of anxiety. You're going to go through these phases where you're going to have really bad days. I don't have really bad days, but I have days where I'm just like, I need to do something more. I need to be doing something greater. I need to be doing something. But those are the things where death enters that aspect, where any day I realize I could die. I could. I don't want to. I have a family. That they're the most precious things to me on this planet. And all I want to do, I want to see things. I envision the future. I envision things. My mind is wild and crazy, man. And I envision the future, and I think about Thanksgiving and Christmas 20 years from now with my kids walking through that door, with their families possibly. I don't know what's going to happen, but I think about sitting at when I watch my own parents sit at the end of a Thanksgiving table or dinner, I go, I want that to be me someday. I want to see my grandkids if they're going to be there someday. And I think beyond, and I think above. And this is a beautiful thing of the human mind, that we have this capability. And that's why I don't want to die. Okay. But I think about death every single day. And maybe it's for that reason, to truly have an appreciation of how beautiful, how majestic, and how great this life is, and not to be living a life of turmoil or just frustration and just unhappiness in a job environment or anything else. And this is why we gotta do whatever we can as individuals to make a change and make a difference to other people. That's it. Thank you to all my Patreon followers out there, supporters. I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate all you guys that are watching these videos week to week. And keep watching these, because it really, I know it makes a difference, and it excites me. And you guys, you talk to me, I see you. I hope to see you guys at Lightbox Expo, where I'm gonna be doing an art talk with Silver Panel. So please, hopefully you guys attend that. And I'm also gonna be doing a life drawing panel. I'm gonna be on another panel with another couple of great artists. I believe we're still in discussion right now, just discussing industry stuff. But thanks so much for being a part of this and my journey, and whatever I can do to help you on your journey, that's why I'm here. So thanks again. I appreciate all of you guys, and make it a great week. Take care. To subscribe to my mailing list and stay updated on future workshops and events, please go to my contact at silvertunes.com and simply hit join mailing list. Until the next time, make it a great week, and thank you for listening.